Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty about how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Tuesday, Gina, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And who do we have today? Gina.
Sean, we have coming from Idaho, friends with the Billmans, Mr. Bobby Albertson, Vicor CEO, certified arborist, soil and turf grass consultant, works with golf courses all over the world, helping to save water and create better soil conditions for turf. And Sean, he's a professional cowboy on Team Roper. Welcome, Bobby Albertson, to The Real Raw.
Bobby,
Thank you very much.
How you doing, Bobby?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, are you a teammate of James's, or you guys run around the world of all that amazingness together?
I guess Melissa Billman told me to just get on this thing and check it out.
So, and what is your fun fact for today, my friend, as you get on this thing and check it out?
I'm not sure of the question.
I'm sorry?
I say I'm not sure of the question.
Yeah, like, is there something that would be fun about you we might not expect or know, besides the fact that you're an amazing cowboy and successful business person? Anything else that we may not know about you?
For right now, that's about it.
Got you. Okay. Well, Bobby, I'm sensing your beautiful, fun uncertainty. Let me ask you this question then. What's the thing that you enjoy most about your space in the world of roping and knowing the business?
No limits.
Awesome. And how did you get into that world to begin with?
I was limited by 9-to-5 jobs and the top of the ladder. And that was not me. So I had to figure something else out.
So when did you exit that? What year?
Probably, I never really got into it. I was into it through high school, got out of it, and was like, I'm going to be a professional bull rider. And that's what I did for about 12, 13 years professionally, traveled all over the country, made several finals, just got tired of it and started my own businesses.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations on your success, and thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Gina, we got Bobby, and who we got?
Sean coming from Luxembourg today, a Tony Robbins Plat, Mr. Richard Ababodo. He's a former Top Gun, British Top Gun Maverick, having flown UK fighter jets in Iraq and Afghanistan, like extraordinary. Investment banker, trader, and marketing director, whose very first day in the industry was joining Lehman Brothers on the day of the bankruptcy, September 15th, 2008. Now Sean is an executive coach helping business leaders avoid burnout, find balance, and he's helping all kinds of executives. He's here with us today with his big heart, big smile. Welcome, Richard, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Richard.
Thank you, Gina.
How you doing, Richard?
I'm good. Thank you, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing great. So when Tony is in Business Mastery and he's about the collapse of Lehman Brothers, how does that land?
Yeah, I remember the day very well. It was very surreal because as Gina said, I walked in. It was my first day in the industry. I was a complete outsider, having come from the military. So I was starting a new career. And, around me, people had lost their jobs and had lost small fortunes. So some people who had, had a lot of stock vested in Lehman, it went to zero overnight. And I'm glad, Sean, you mentioned Business Mastery, actually, because the reason why I'm a Plat is I joined 2 months ago, and your presentation at Business Mastery really flicked the switch. So I wasn't planning on being a Plat, and I was just listening to your presentation at Business Mastery, and I signed up. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that trust and confidence, and it has been life-changing, to say the least, in exponential, beautiful ways. Thank you, by the way, as an ally of the U.S., for keeping the world safe and the work that you've done in the past in the military. Appreciate all those sacrifices as well. And it is not lost on any of us what it means to achieve that level of success that you did as a Top Gun. So thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to serve alongside your countrymen and women.
Oh, thank you.
And by the way, Sean, he likes to display flying vintage open cockpit biplanes in the formation of 9 aircraft. That's one of his passions. Like, holy moly.
That is super cool. And Richard, I know it's probably not possible. Well, for many, it's not possible to get there, or extremely challenging. But I'm presuming you're not going to Costa Rica, or are you going to Costa Rica?
I'm so going to Costa Rica, Sean, unless my flight is cancelled by Lufthansa, or they change the law in terms of travel. But I've got my ticket. I'm going to be there. Are you going to be there?
I will be there. So let's connect.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Awesome, Richard. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So Gina, we got Bobby, bull riding. We have Top Gun fighters. This is quite the adventure day. I'm in my beach regalia, my 60-degree Atlantic Ocean waters that I may or may not have been headed out to the sandbar earlier today, and just coming into the Real Raw from that. So Gina, who else do we have here today?
Sean, we have a native Miamian here, a rock star, National Black Lawyers Top 40 Under 40 in 2020. Florida Justice Center All Justice All-Star awarded, trial attorney, over 8 years of experience, was the Broward County Public Defender's Office, and so on and so on. She's done all kinds of incredible things with her, Haitian descent. And Brunalee Lalane is here with us today. Welcome, Brunalee.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me back. I am very excited to be here. I'm excited to participate. So thank you for having me.
Well, appreciate you, and perhaps sometimes being in a crazy courtroom might be reminiscent of bull riding or Top Gun fighting. Would you agree, Brunalee?
Definitely.
Well, I tell you, so Broward County, what county is Fort Lauderdale in?
Broward County.
Very interesting. So first, give me your fun fact, and I'll give you my Broward County fun fact if you would like. But what is your fun fact, Brunalee?
Ooh, fun fact. I don't know what my fun fact would be.
There's nothing fun about you? Come on, Brunalee. Come on now.
Oh, not today.
Ever?
Not today. There's nothing fun about me today.
Okay.
I just like to work out. I mean, I call it a necessary evil.
Very nice. Or you can go with like the most embarrassing thing that you've ever done that you would never tell anybody, and you could just tell all of us, your friends.
Well, I tripped in my high school graduation. I thought I was, doing like a strut, and strutted and tumbled as I got my diploma. So
that is a quality fun fact. And where'd you graduate from high school?
Where?
Yeah.
Miami Country Day School in Miami. Well, Miami.
Yeah, Miami area. Fully familiar. So may I share my fun fact about Broward County?
Sure can.
So the largest Ponzi schemer in the history of Florida, one of the largest in the history of the United States, Scott Rothstein, created $1 billion Ponzi scheme. And I was the first person to report him to FBI after flying on a private jet with the former head of white collar crimes for the FBI to evaluate the $8 million investment for my clients. And I fought the entire way back after sitting in his office in Fort Lauderdale at Rothstein, Rosenfeld, and Adler, for which there's an MSNBC American Greed episode. And I fought the entire way back because the former head of white collar crimes was telling me there's nothing wrong with the investment. And by the way, that is because he did not know the formula that we're going to have some fun and play with today. So that is my fun fact, really.
Wow. I actually met someone who used to work for him.
Yes. I was in his office with him for 4 hours. And it was quite the experience.
I am sure.
He told me he was going to destroy my life, that I would never practice or work again. By the way, I have a 125-person law firm. I have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, one of only 2 attorneys in America out of 1.2 million to have that, and the only one who was blind. So, but that was before those 2. And before I had built a 125-person law firm at the time, probably the time I had about 100 people working for me. So it was an interesting 4 hours with Mr. Rothstein. But it was wild how people can avoid truth. Like Malcolm Gladwell talks about in Talking to Strangers, the ability to default to truth, the belief that the other person is telling the truth. And this is how this dude took $1 billion off of many, many wealthy people who had very sophisticated and talented lawyers. And there was just some things there that made absolutely no sense. And I walked out and I said, listen, this whole thing is a fraud. They're like, are you crazy? Look at this place. Look at the office. Look at everybody here. It's a law firm. There's no way. And it's because he had pictures of him and politicians, him and athletes, him and all the things. And so longer story for a different day. But when I hear Broward County, I think of Scott Rothstein and that amazing experience. But now we'll think of you. So thank you, Brittany, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Gina, we got Broward County. We got all kinds of amazing, fine folks. Who else do we have here today?
Sean Callagy, a hop, skip, and a jump away from where you are at this moment out of Atlantic City. Mr. Samant Bali is here with us today, President and CEO of Confluence Consulting International, management executive, Kellogg MBA, Six Sigma Green Belt, banking, insurance, capital markets, brokerage, health, education industries, bringing all kind of magic to the world, manages seed funding, targeted towards unemployed, disadvantaged, and disabled workers around the globe. Welcome, Samant, to The Real Raw.
Thank you, Gina.
How are you, Samant?
Doing pretty well. I'm very glad to be on the show.
Well, I'm seeing, can we see each other? Because Atlantic City is down there. So can we see each other? It's like you're about 7 miles south. So if you can...
See that building?
Right, as a crow flies, yes.
It'll be a much longer drive. So appreciate you. What's your fun fact, Samant?
Well, one fun fact is that I have actually lived in over a decade. I've lived in like 5 cities, 5 different cities.
And what is your favorite one of the 5?
Favorite one of the 5 is definitely Atlantic City.
Nice. So do you like hang out with gangsters there, Sumant, or no?
Not really, though. Well, actually, it's definitely a very happening place. Unfortunately, because of the COVID, things had kind of slowed down quite a bit. But now, I guess, it's really picking up now with the summer in and, with the tourists trickling in and so on. I think it's going to be a fun summer, and hopefully COVID does not interfere too much with the vacationing here.
Well, Sumant, if you want to go hit the waves and do a little surfing in Long Beach Island, there's an awesome ocean breakout here, and you trust a blind man to take you out to the sandbar, which may or may not be there. Come on over, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Sure, definitely.
All
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Gina.
All right, Sean Young. Well, actually, Sean Young, where'd he go? We had him here. Not sure where he went, so we'll get the team on it. We had a gentleman here, a real estate investor, rock star. So I'm not entirely sure where he went, Sean Kelly, but we have an incredible role player today. Do you know this? A musical rock star, Queen Carla Fleming, who's going to tell us a bit about herself.
So, sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yes. How are you doing, Carla?
I'm well. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Gina, for the invite.
You're so
Looks
excited.
like a party.
Yeah. So you are an extraordinary coach. You have rock star performingness in your past, present, and future. We appreciate you very much. And Carla, tell us your fun fact for today.
Well, thank you for that, Sean. And I apologize if I'm cutting in and out. I tried with my video there to make that more stable. Fun fact, I have 21 nieces and nephews. And fun fact part 2, 3 of them are graduating this year. I can't believe it.
Wow. That is an awesome fun fact. How many siblings do you have?
So I'm the middle of 5, and my husband is the youngest of 7. So between our 2 families, the kids just keep multiplying.
And what is your favorite rock song of all time?
My favorite rock song of all time, it would have to be Ozzy Osbourne, Changes.
Ooh.
I love that song in the rock genre. I've got all kinds of favorite songs, but I would say.
And are you familiar? Have you read the book, anybody here, or seen the movie The Dirt about Motley Crue's autobiography as the world's most notorious rock band?
The guys in the gym were just talking about that this morning, Sean. Thank you for. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carla.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I hear it's worth talking about, Gina. So I have not read it, but Sean did mention it in one of our calls. And I think if I remember right, Sean, you did say you would probably put an adult warning label on that book. So I haven't read it yet, but I might.
Put an adult warning label. And what the fine folks of Motley Crue said is we were the baddest, craziest, most outrageous, unstoppable, wild group of human beings on the face of the earth and in the history of rock. And then we met Ozzy. And unstoppably, completely insane. And I'm not even going to begin to get into the horrific, insane disgustingness of things that occurred once they started rolling with Ozzy, but I will leave that to anybody who is interested in an escapist vision of total debauchery and insanity. And the light version of it is, of course, many of you may know that Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue actually died, came back to life, and the band thought he was still dead. So it's all kinds of craziness. So Carla, you and your rock and rollness, your heart, your energy is appreciated, and welcome to the party.
Thank you, Sean. Hi, everybody.
Yes.
And Sean, we have Mr. Sean Young back. Welcome. Welcome,
Hey, how's it going?
He's good. He's a real estate rock star and investor since 2016 after being laid off from a 6-figure sales executive job. Sounds fancy and secure, right? Well, he found wholesaling after that and says after being laid off, he would never again let that happen. So, took on wholesaling, born with an entrepreneurial spirit, and heard that real estate investing could change his life and be a great, if not the best way to secure financial freedom. Welcome, Sean Young. I'm not sure where in the world you are, but we are certainly glad you're here.
Thank you, and I appreciate the warm welcome. I'm Sean Young. I'm based here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice. Well, welcome, Sean, to the party. And what is a fun fact that we might not expect about you, Sean?
A fun fact. I lived in Japan for 6 years as a child.
Very nice. Excellent. And well, welcome to the Real Raw. We appreciate you. And Gina, we appreciate you. Love you. Thanks for launching us and these fine folks. We'll be having fun unpacking integrity-based influence, what you might do with it, because everything in the world, of course, starts after yes. Whether it's in our marketing, our selling, our leading, our managing, our recruiting, our fundraising, profit or nonprofit, all of it begins after yes and understanding what to do with it and getting ourselves to use it, which of course is a massively disparate skill set and ability on this planet that dictates people's money, time, and magic, whether we know it or not. Gina, mwah, love you. Thank you for being here.
Sean Callaghan, thank you. Everyone, have fun in the multiverse. Hope to see you again soon. Ciao for now.
Thank you. Carla.
Yes.
Okay. What do you say if we have Richard go first today?
That sounds great.
Because I think that Bobby might be feeling that riding a bull would create a little more certainty than what the heck is going on here in the real raw. You feel my vibe here, Carla?
That might be nice for Bobby. Richard goes first. And so we're driving jets first and then riding bulls. Got it.
So Richard, does that sound fair to you?
Cool.
Okay. So Carla will be anybody you want her to be. The idea is to go from hello to yes. And not Boiler Room meets Wolf of Wall Street, hello to yes, but heart-centered, integrous, opening of listening, connecting, yes. So whatever yes that's important to you in the world, Carla will be that avatar or specific person. So Richard, who would you like Carla to be?
So let's say Carla is Carla, and I've met her at a party. We've just met as guests of the host. So it's a social conversation. And we ask each other what we do, and I think that there's a potential that she could be interested in coaching.
Amazing.
So the yes is seeing if she's interested to learn more.
Awesome. So Carla, please take us in.
Hello. Nice to meet you, Richard.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. I'm loving the party.
Sorry, I didn't realize it started. Okay, cool. The party's amazing. So who are you friends with?
So I am friends with the host, actually. We've met before, and here I am.
Oh, fantastic. So you're friends with Sean Callaghy?
Yes.
Brilliant. And sorry, I missed your name. I'm terrible at this. I always ask people's name and then I just forget. What's your name again?
No worries. It's Carla.
Is it Carla Fleming?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I think I remember Sean. Are you the rock star musician?
Sure. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. I'm so envious because I've tried and failed many times to learn musical instruments. I've tried to learn the guitar, the piano, drums, and I've come to the conclusion that music's not for me. What do you play? What do you like?
Wow, it sounds like you've tried them all. I do. I love piano. Was my primary instrument. I love to sing, and like you, I love to dabble in a little bit of everything.
Oh wow. A singing voice as well. Fantastic. So what would you recommend to someone who's a professional musician, to someone who would like to do something in music? What would you recommend to me to do? Is there a particular musical instrument or get involved in a band? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard starting on piano is a great general education and then branch out from there. But honestly, it's wherever your passion is. Yeah,
right.
Whatever you're drawn to. And I might add, since we both know Sean, it's also about developing that confidence, right? Which Sean is so amazing helping people with.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, I hear you. Confidence can be a real big kind of game changer, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now? Are you working in music or performing?
I am. It's been quiet since the pandemic, but we're getting
Sure.
back out on the music scene. Yeah, and that's exciting.
Amazing. And what's the next big goal for your kind of musical career?
I would say really, I just want to have like a weekly gig just to keep my skills, sharp.
Okay. And how often do you currently play?
We've just been practicing. My husband and I have a band, and we've done a lot of practicing and not as much playing out.
Right.
As of late.
Okay. And how often do you play a gig? Is it so you want to play gigs weekly, but at present, where is that rate? Is it once a month or?
Yeah, right now, not much of anything. We just sort of allowed ourselves to be introspective through the pandemic. We've been writing a lot of music, but weekly would be amazing.
Okay, cool. And so have you done some things? Have you tried anything to try to get your kind of gig performance to be more frequent? Are you trying any
I
kind of?
haven't. Well, I've done a lot of brainstorming. So I think this time as we get out, oh, and that might be our time. This time as we head out on the scene. Yeah, is that time, Sean?
I'm sorry, no, it's a call from, wait, what? It's a call from Ozzy was wondering if you were busy and wanted.
Absolutely, Ozzy. Yeah, let's go.
Richard, I apologize. Carla's got to chat with Ozzy for a minute, but she'll be back maybe in a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, sure. Carla, it was lovely meeting you. If you want any help kind of making progress towards your goals, I'd love to help out. I'm a coach. So lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Bobby, Carla will be anybody you want her to be, whatever a relevant yes to you in the world is, from an ideal client avatar to fundraising, etc. So, Bobby, who would you like Carla to be?
Golf course superintendent.
Perfect. Carla, you are a golf course superintendent, and I have a feeling there's going to be some irresistible offers in your future. So, Carla, take us in.
Hello, who's this?
My name's Bobby Albertson. How are you, Carla?
I'm well. Thanks, Bobby. How are you?
I'm good. Well, the reason I come into your office today was to present you with a product to help save water on your turf grass. I was wondering if you might be interested in saving some water.
Well, certainly. I mean, anytime we can save water, I think that's good for everybody. Well, I appreciate you stopping in.
So water is the number one thing you put on your course. And if you have a product that's USDA biopreferred, we get hooked to that.
And I'm sorry, Bobby, it just cut out for a moment. What was the question?
You're good. My question is water is the number one thing that you put on your golf course today. So if you had a USDA biopreferred carbon product that you could use that was safe for the environment, what would I have to say to you to get you to start using it today?
Wow, so USDA bio approved. This sounds pretty awesome. I would say, how do we give it a try?
Absolutely. Do you have a test area?
Sure.
Can you show it to me?
Yeah, let's go take a look. So how does that work? We just sort of put it on the test area, and then what's the process?
Well, what are you looking for? Are you looking to save money? What direction would you like to go with this? Are you looking to save money on water, turf health? Tell me a little bit more about yourself so I can help figure out what direction you'd like to go.
Well, certainly saving money is always big. So love that. Turf health, certainly always top of mind. And I loved what you shared about this being approved and potentially, just the idea of saving water being better for the environment. And so I would say those are some of the things we would look for.
So if we could go out and we could put some of this on and you could start saving 50% on your water on the next 2 years, and that cost savings could help. You could put that money back into something else like labor. Of course, I know there's not a lot of people that want to work nowadays, but we could at least have that money there.
I see. So you're saying the money that we would save, we could then kind of, put back into labor and use in other areas of the business. So I like the sounds of that.
Cool. Well, let's get started today.
Okay, thanks, Bobby. Let's walk out.
Let's be saving some money on water, saving the planet, helping put money back into labor that we need some more labor force, all the things. So Bobby, excellent job, my friend. Appreciate you in that. Carla, how'd that first round feel for you?
That was fun. Yeah, great scenarios. And I'm really proud of Richard and Bobby diving right in. That was awesome.
Excellent. Well, appreciate you. Let's see what the judges have to say about that round one. So let's go with this. Brutally, the name of the game here is 30 seconds of feedback, 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and then please a score on a scale of 1 to 10. And let's start this party out with Richard. What feedback do you have for him in 30 seconds, please?
Well, Richard, first of all, congratulations for like actually being a participant, because I know that's kind of difficult. And even though I'm an attorney, I'm not gonna lie, I still get the butterflies when I have to present. So, you know, I could tell that there was maybe some trepidation a little bit, it seemed like, just because you were thrown into this. So, but overall, I think it was good. Obviously, you know, with practice, we get better, and that's for all of us, to be honest. So I think that 30 seconds is done. Or do I keep going?
I know. What'd you have for a score?
Oh, for a score out of 10, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think it was like a 7.
Nice. And how about what'd you have for Bobby?
For Bobby, I actually like the whole saving money. That caught me. That when you said saving money, that got my attention. I think definitely a little bit, I don't know if it's more energy or what have you, but I think everything that you had to share though was good information to share with someone, especially about what you're trying to sell, right? Saving money is something that's huge right now. We all are in a pandemic. So I think overall you did a great job, just a little bit more energy, a little bit. But I totally understood. At first I didn't, but then when you explained it, I said, oh, well, this is interesting. This is a whole new world for me. So overall, I'll give you an 8. I think you did pretty well.
Excellent. And by the way, congratulations. I didn't acknowledge it earlier for being top 40 under 40. That's an extraordinary accomplishment and really super impressive. And again, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sumant, coming from AC, brother, what did you have in that round one for Richard?
Okay, for Richard, I believe Richard did a fairly good job in expressing what he wanted from in terms of the coaching that you know, when he met Carla at a party. You know, he sort of expressed that that he wanted a rock star musician to represent him, and also asked questions like what sort of instruments she liked and things of that sort, which was very encouraging from that standpoint. Just that, you know, he should have been a little more expressive in terms of what he wanted to do as part of this whole process. But overall, I would give him a score of an 8.
Nice. And how about for Bobby, please?
For Bobby, fairly impressive. The fact that he wanted to save water for the golf experiment in terms of making it better for the environment. That was definitely a very good point. Putting money back into the business, also a good point. Again, one of the key things that I found that he could have done a little better was that he should have been a little more direct in terms of what he asked the role player in terms of what they wanted for to participate as part of the effort. So I would give him a 7.5.
Nice. Thank you. And Sean, how about yourself? What'd you have for Richard?
I think Sean is muted at the moment. And so if that gives him a second maybe to unmute if he's available, or.
Hey, there it goes. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Sorry, yeah, my camera for some reason keeps turning off in my mic. I didn't know if that was just automatic or what. So I keep turning it back on. But yeah, guys, I missed a portion of both Robert and Bobby's, but I think that if I were to give them a score without giving all the feedback, if I were to give a score for Bobby, I'd give him a 7.
And for Richard?
And for Richard, I'd give Richard a 6.5.
All right, nice. Well, thank you for that, Sean. And
Yes,
Sean,
sir.
let's have a little bit more fun.
Say one more time.
Are you ready to have a little bit?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Listen, I'm going to put under the table a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
So, right, between 1 and 10. What number do you think it is?
4.
I swear to God, that is accurate. It is a 4. And you can watch it every day. I think you're the first person who's got it on the first pick. So now I'm going to, like, Bobby and Richard went on the hot seat, on the spot, had to go from hello to yes. I'm going to go on that same seat. So would you like to set that scenario for me where I got to get the yes and you get to pick who I am? I've been everything from the president of the United States to major artists and influencers making movies to having a lemonade stand. The only requirement is that it's integrous. We are not selling swampland in the middle of London, if you get the drift. So would you like to set that scenario, Sean, or would you like to pass the opportunity to set the scenario where I have to go from hello to yes? Would you like to pass that along to somebody else or keep it for you and do it yourself?
I like to pass to someone else just so I can make sure I understand how to position the scenario properly. I don't want to be off track.
Who would you pick to set it? Can't pick Carl.
I would pick Brunelly.
Okay, awesome. So would you like to set the scenario for me as Sean has passed the proverbial duchy?
So just so that I understand this, Sean, I'm creating a scenario different than what Carla was doing earlier.
Yeah, I'm the person. So like we get yeses in the world. Everybody, right? Your entire money, time, magic is based on you getting yeses from people about stuff all day, every day. Does that make sense? First of all, as a general concept.
Right.
So, yep. So I get to, you get to put me on the hot seat and I have to go from hello to yes as a person seeking yes. So what's a yes that you would like to see me pursue? It could be a yes that's relevant to you and I could play you. I could be anybody you want me to be, but any yes that's relevant in the world. I've been like Joe Biden, having to talk to Republicans. They've had me as Donald Trump, talking about not getting impeached. I've done like every crazy thing imaginable. So yeah, you get to put me on the hot seat and then I will role play that with somebody. You pick the role player, but I'm the one that's got to get the yes.
Well, Richard actually has a scenario that he would like to suggest.
Sure.
I've got a scenario okay. So my scenario, Sean, is you have just got to the flight ticketing desk at a particular airport and you really need to catch a flight. The role player has just reserved her seat and she has the last seat on the plane. So you have just gone hello and you really want to exchange her seat for yours. That's the scenario. Is that what you mean? Something like that?
Yeah, perfect. That's a first and that's awesome and super fun. And who would you like to be the person who has that last seat?
Brunelli.
Right. Awesome. All right. So, and I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Is it Brunelli?
Brunelli, yes.
Brunelli. Okay. Sorry if I pronounced it a little bit off before. So Brunelli, I got that. So Brunelli, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So, hey, Brunelli, my name is Sean. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I've been better, and I'm imagining you might have an idea of what I would love to chat about. And I'm just asking if you have 3 quick minutes to have a conversation. I know you got in the last seat in the flight, and I'm asking if you would just talk to me for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I got the last sleep. I can't wait to see my family. It's been so long, so definitely.
So I totally appreciate that. My name is Sean Callaghy, and I guess my question is, where are you headed? And you said your family. So is that your final destination when you're heading to Grand Cayman? Or is that something, like what's sort of your timing and what's happening?
Well, we're meeting up because I haven't seen my family in so long, and we're, getting together. It's just the 4 of us, mom, dad, brother, and me. So I'm just really excited. And yes, it is my final destination. So I'm I just can't wait. Just can't wait.
So, got it. And this is like super challenging. So congratulations on getting the final seat. So again, my name is Sean, and I need also to get to Grand Cayman. And with all of the weather and the things that have happened, I do not have a seat on a flight. And my challenge is that I am speaking at the Ritz-Carlton literally 2 hours after we land. And this is a speaking engagement that's been moved twice. And I never believe anybody's things are more important than anybody else. I go to Grand Cayman all the time with my family. I'm a father of 4. I love family. I couldn't possibly believe in family more. And I have never asked this question of anybody in my entire life, but I don't know what else to do. My request is there something, anything that could possibly be done to cause you to consider us switching and you taking that later flight? And only my request, Brunelli, is only based on this. There is a group of people that are meeting that are talking about framing some major items of impact, a lot of business folks. My job at this event, I'm blind, and I'm not saying feel bad for me because I'm blind, because my blindness has been an incredible asset in my life, but I'm blind. I'm there to raise money for the group for charity. And one charity is the American Foundation for the Blind. I'm on the board of trustees. And the other charity is going to be to support people in Grand Cayman for COVID relief. I have a lot of friends that live in Grand Cayman. My friend Nick, for example, owned a dive shop. He lost his business during this time. And this is a fundraiser to help people get started. And obviously people could raise money without me, but this is going to be an odd thing to say. I might just happen to be, and maybe people consider me to be this, the number one person in the world in speaking and raising money. And if I am not there, the differential in how much money is raised is going to be a 0 differential. Like it could be the difference between $500,000 and $5 million. So that's my situation. That's not your problem. I understand. And what I always believe in is like a mutual exchange of value. What I would offer is pretty much anything. So, and sometimes financial resources might be something. I wouldn't want to be presumptuous and think that you cared about money for your ticket. If there's anything I could do imaginably, introduce you to people that might be there. I have the blessing of knowing a lot of people. And I mean, seriously, if it was $10,000 to switch more, I would leave it to your heart and equity. If there's any possibility of making this change and you were to tell me what it would take for you to even consider it, understanding that this is not about my time being more important than yours. This is a limited window that will just be gone and there's nothing else I could do. Does any of that resonate? And is there any possibility of even having a lengthier conversation about this?
Well, I heard everything you said, and I get to be me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's so important, why they don't have a private jet for you or something? Like, like a little private jet, like.
Yeah. So that's a beautiful question. And the answer is no. And here's why, right? The answer is no, because I am donating my time to do this. And I'm donating my time to the American Foundation for the Blind to do this. And I'm on the board of trustees. This is their 100th centennial year. And I am not known out there in the world yet by these people in a way I will be shortly, because I spent about 15 years of my life being a very successful business owner, not operator. I own a law firm. And I lived a life where I went to every one of my kids' games, sporting events, things, because I listened to a Tony Robbins CD about 20 years ago, and he talked about leading an intentional life. And my mission and my outcome was not to be famous in the world. It was to live exactly my life. In fact, that's what I did. So my kids played more than 1,000 games. I missed 9 of them. But over the last couple of years, I've made a new decision to take the skills I've developed and try to create as much impact in the world as I can. So these fine folks have heard, like, yeah, he's like pretty amazing, but it's not completely an accepted fact, and I don't really care because I'm there to raise money for the AFB, and they're going to be blown away when it's done, but they don't even know what's about to happen. In fact, the last 4 times I've spoken, I've raised $3.4 million for charity and events that they didn't even know who I was coming in, basically. So yeah, that's the situation.
Okay. Well, first, I am very much into giving back. And so I'm very appreciative. That resonates with me. I'd be more than happy to give you my ticket. Honestly, it's not the end of the world. I'll get there in 2 hours later. The only thing I would ask is that I get to meet, not network, because I hate that word network.
Me too.
It's a lot of pressure, but meet you and other people. And I don't know if you guys have time, but maybe also give back to the community that's there at Grant. Is it Cayman Islands?
Yes.
Because that's something I enjoy doing. I don't know if it's like cooking. I'm not a cooker, but I can help do things. And that's it, honestly.
So the event happens obviously before you get there, this first part of it, but there's a dinner reception. I'd love to invite you and your family. I'd love to acknowledge you. And yes, I'd love to connect you and introduce you to a ton of amazing people. And I know you're an attorney, and I have a lot of things I know and can support in developing business and accelerating things. I own a 125 person law firm. I built it literally in 2 years. I built my first law firm 6 months out of law school, no resources. So there's a lot of things I could share. I will never forget this, and thank you. All right, out of roll. So Richard, how do we do in that scenario?
Oh, it's amazing. So do you want the 15 seconds and then the score, or do you want to?
Yeah, go, please.
I really like the way you empathize with her situation, and how it seemingly you built it up quite slowly, but you kind of put in a few your kind of key points in there. And actually, I was thinking before you asked her, I was like, boom, it's done. How could you say no to that? But then you continue to make it a kind of a win-win for her as well, which I really liked. So great pace, great the way you kind of navigated the situation. I thought it was quite a difficult situation. I felt initially I was being a bit unfair on you. And yeah, I would give it, it's hard not to give it a 10. I'd give it a 10, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got the yes, and it's a win-win. I'd give it a 10.
Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate that in the scenario. And Brunelli, awesome job. How did you feel about your time with us today in that scenario?
Good. I mean, I think that overall, knowing me, if I'm going on vacation, I'm just really easygoing, but I wanted to kind of be a little bit more difficult. And give you the jet, because I'm like, well, they might have a jet. Everybody has a jet now. But overall, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed how you were willing to, basically, I'm going to, if you give me this, I'll be able to give you this and that and a third, but not just money. Like, give me other options out there, because not everybody's looking for necessarily money. Sometimes it's just the connection that people are looking for.
Thank you for that. And what's a big yes that you're seeking in the world?
I was saying that earlier with Gina, but the big yes that I'm looking for outside of sleeping and learning how to sleep and really get rest, is being able to connect more with people, right? And, just have genuine connections. I think the pandemic has made it especially difficult, considering the fact that I started my business during the pandemic. So it's been excruciatingly difficult to meet new people and just connect with different people. But that would be the biggest thing, because I think that in this world, you just never know who the next person is going to be and what they can bring to your life, not necessarily today, but 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, all out of a connection.
So number one, all business is built on relationship. All relationships are built on shared experiences. So the question is, what is the most efficient shared experience you can create? And you might just have been sitting in one of them as one of more than 3,000 people that have been on the Real Raw since COVID began. So thank you, Brinley. I really appreciate you being here today. You did a great job.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let's go, Sean. How was today for you, brother?
Today was awesome. I think that was great information. The last role-playing scenario, I really like, again, how things were positioned in a way to add value to get the person to say yes, not just, not just necessarily here, I can exchange this for you, but actually add value to, what it is that you were needing that flight for, so that it kind of tugged and pulled on the heartstrings a little bit more as well, which made it a lot easier to get to that yes. So I really like that approach.
Awesome. And how about what's a big yes to you, like a big yes for you in the world that you're seeking?
A big yes that I'm seeking is to be a better time manager, to be a better time manager. So to get my team, I've got a whole team, and to get my team to see my vision 100%.
So the yes is you're seeking your team to enroll in your vision.
Yes.
So real quick, right? People stay where they are and will stay forever if three things are present.
Okay.
They believe you can help them grow personally, professionally, and financially. And the only way they're ever going to believe that is if we are able to do what Oprah Winfrey said, which is why she held the microphone for 30,000 people, because she told them, these are her words, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. You have people authentically feeling that from your team, and they're consistently seeing your ability to help them grow personally, professionally, financially. You got your yes. Make sense?
Awesome. Thank you. Absolutely.
Appreciate it, Sean. Sumant, how are you? How was your day on the railroad, brother?
Well, actually, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed the entire show, and I also enjoyed the last piece, that the interaction that you had, where you basically discussed the introduction of people into the donation scenario, and how you're going to be helping out those who are less privileged and who have been impacted by the COVID. And that was a wonderful way of breaking into how people who are philanthropists in general participate in helping out humanity and so on. So I really enjoyed that piece. And overall enjoyed the show, and I look forward to many more.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate you very much. And what's your yes in the world you're seeking?
The yes is my ability to be a part of an integral part of the information technology industry, where I'm trying to establish an education practice, and I would like to make sure that I get as much encouragement and participation as possible. So that's my yes.
Awesome. Identifying your ideal avatar, critical. We always want to know who is seeking the yes to fun. But Sumant, thank you so much for being here today. Awesome job.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Bobby, thank you. How was your time with us today? And thanks for jumping in.
It was good. I didn't know what to expect, but yes, it was good. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. And your yes in the world obviously is you're looking to keep growing your business, I presume. Anything else?
Just keep growing. Learn how to be a better salesman like you.
Yeah. And I would say that the beginning part, brother, from all my heart, because I've been studying this for 24 years. And when I found out that to make money as a lawyer, because I grew up, my mom found out I was going to go blind when I was 5 years old. Her father, my grandfather, was blind. I didn't find out until I was 17. And then I was an athlete, 3 sports, went to law school. And when I found out, I went to law school because I figured you'd be a good lawyer and you can make money and I could support my family. And I was $100,000 in debt. I was the first person in my direct family line to go to college. When I found out that you had to sell things, sell your services, sell yourself, market yourself as a lawyer, and everything you did, I want to jump out a window, almost literally. And so for me, it was a journey to realize that selling, educating, teaching, leading is all the same thing. It's about sharing an integrous message with people, having them receive it and act upon it. And there's a science to it. So it starts with loving people. It starts with revealing truth for people. And these words don't exist in our universe. Pitch, hook, close, no way. Because I wouldn't want you to pitch, hook, close my mom or my kids or myself. So I ain't pitching, hooking, and closing anybody. I'm here to deliver truth and share and open up listening. So thank you, brother, for being here today. Really appreciate it. And congratulations on extraordinary success. Because anybody who's done anything at a professional level, like I love math as well. I get the math of how unique what you did in bull riding is in the sport of, and forgive me if I'm not using the right terminology, but in the sport of rodeo and that genre, in anything, it's virtually impossible to get there and wildly competitive. So it screams volumes about who you are to where you made it to. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Richard, final brother from you. How was it for you today?
Oh, it's been a fantastic session. I haven't even seen any of the previous ones, so I had no idea of what to expect, but thoroughly enjoyable, learnt loads. So thank you very much for having me on.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. And I'm looking forward, brother, to connecting in Costa Rica.
Absolutely. Me too. Thank you.
Thank you. Carla, thank you. Carla was jumping in. It's her first time we played the game of role player with Carla. Our normal co-host, Bella Rita, took ill at the last moment, and Carla did a fantastic job. So thank you for jumping in. Your energy is so, doesn't Carla just have this like energy that resonates? I think so. I feel it. I'm sure everybody felt it. Carla, final from you.
Thank you, Sean. And just what a phenomenal event. Just loved the role plays, Richard and Bobby jumping right in, and just really thoughtful feedback from all the judges. That last role play, Sean and Brunelli, it just felt like watching just the best movie that you know is going to have a happy ending. And so thank you for this experience, and congratulations, everyone. Awesome, real raw today.
Well, thank you, Carla. Thank you, everybody. So Brunelli, Sumant, Sean, Richard, Bobby, thank you, guys. If this is the end of our journey together, thank you. Wonderful job today, but there's a lot more. People are going to be following up from the team. We have unpacked the formula that's controlling your money, time, and magic, whether we like it or not, or know it or not. That's what we unpack, and that's what we've introduced today. Hope to continue this journey with you. But in any event, thank you. Love you guys. Happy Trajectory Tuesday. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.